At a fundraiser though. You cannot have.
Ever since a child, I remember all I ever wanted was to be loved. It didn't quite work out that way. Instead, one of my first memories is being molested as a child. I was raped, and so I started running away really young, just looking, I don't know what I was looking for, searching for love, I guess.
I did all right until about 13, and my sister got killed in a car wreck. I always felt like it was supposed to be me in the car, so I kind of carried a lot of guilt. After she got killed, I had my oldest son, so at 16 I had my first baby.
My father was a Vietnam vet, and my mother worked in factories. He was an absent father because it messed him up. You know, he couldn't stand to be around people very much. So I started smoking pot and hanging around with the wrong crowd.
So basically, I've just been running all my life. I've been on my own since I was 15, was the last time I ran away. Got married when I was 17, divorced by the time I was 21. And that was probably one of the hardest things I ever had to do was leave my husband. That's when the excessive cocaine started, just to numb myself, the drinking. And actually, you want to get real, it was 44 years of just doing what I wanted to do, just living the fast life.
Instead of dealing with anything from the past, I started to party at the age of 17. And by 18, I was on pain pills. The doctor put me on pain pills. And I was strung out. And I was strung out for 18 years. I did everything that comes along with being on drugs. I did it all.
I joined in a criminal organization for the first time whenever I was in 1995. It was at the age of 26. I was running drugs and alcohol and tobacco and firearms. I got out of the organization and I was still out of control though. You think that you can just leave something like that, that you've been a part of for so many years and everything just be normal, but it didn't happen that way. I was still a mess, and I ended up in an altercation with a police officer and ended up going to prison for 4 years.
And I guess what brought me to Strong Tower, wow. I've been depressed most of my life. I've been very sad, very angry. And I went to a Christian counseling place for some free counseling, and the woman was praying at the end in tongues, and God told her Strong Tower, and that's what brought me to Strong Tower. I didn't do any research, I just went. I just trusted God. I knew I had to do something.
The defining moment of it all was the second time I lost custody rights to my kids, and because I tried to stop before, but I couldn't. And the second time when I lost them, I said that was enough. I'd heard about Strong Tower through a family member, and I told the Lord, I said I would do anything to get to go there, because I knew it was all after seeking God. I mean, 100% seeking God. I remember the first thing that I was going through was letting my guard down to people, because I was terrified that they weren't going to be real, that they were going to be jealous, that they were going to try to street me or game me, but that is not what I found at all. So I started letting that guard down, and when I let one guard down, the Lord just took down the rest of it.
Whenever I was in prison, and it was there that I heard about the ministry that I went to, whenever I first came out of prison. And it was at that ministry that I heard about Strong Tower the first time. Got married to a man that I met at the other ministry. It didn't work out. I lost him he relapsed and went back to crack cocaine and went back into the gang. I got really depressed and suicidal and started drinking really heavy again. And so I just cried out to God again and said, God, what do you want me to do? How do you want me to do this, And that's when I remembered Strong Tower.
Within the program, he made me be still. He made me gain structure so he could work on me and work in me and deal with me and break down these barriers of this anger and this pain. I'm not a slave, I'm not a servant, I'm not trash. I'm a child of the Most High God, and I didn't understand that before, maybe because I wasn't, but I am now, and I gained that through Strong Tower.
I've been set free. I've been set free from all my addictions. I've been set free from depression, from anger, from nicotine, from sleep aids, alcohol.
I've gotten a lot of victory with offense, and the depression has lifted. I'm not depressed anymore, and thank you, Strong Tower, and thank you, Jesus.
I don't walk in shame anymore. I don't have a lot of guilt anymore. I don't look for trouble. It's easier to walk right now.
It's taken care of a lot of my emotional pain, my spiritual pain, my physical pain. I've had healing, physical healing. That's so much healing. I've learned how to get along with other people. It's still a struggle. You gotta cut that, I know that. Cut.